All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Wednesday, January 15th, set by Kite. I know I've seen his name before, but I can't remember anything about Kite, so maybe he doesn't crop up that often. All right, let's see what Kite has for us. Naked Legendary Healer. I can't make head nor tails of that. The question mark suggests something clever is going on. Now I do like the grid with all of the outer squares filled in. Naked, unclothed. Um, so yeah, that's very clever, but I don't see it. European country. Oh, I'm wondering if this might be a European country. In remains mostly welcoming after Asian food cancelled originally. If it is a European country, what is it going to be? Oh, the something republic, maybe? An inn might be a pub, although but then remains mostly, and that's welcoming after Asian food. It sounds like maybe there's some Asian food where you cancel the first letter of that Asian food. Um, but yeah, what republic? I can just think of Czech Republic, but that's only 5 letters. Asian food. No. All right. What Chief Detective did is bad. Bad could be an anagram indicator, but Chief Detective, is that DI? Which is in did. Yeah, that's very difficult. They show up fancy muscles. Fancy could be an anagram indicator, but we don't have 9 letters there nicely. Maybe they show is the definition, or they show up, attendees. Might be a word for fancy, which could be the verb to fancy. And then muscles, yeah, it could be something like abs, pecs, lats. Trying to remember all the different muscles, delts. For I think people who they show up, or maybe it's they show like projectors or presenters, and then it's up fancy muscles. No, this is not a good start. Free union. Is it a double definition? Could it be a cryptic definition? I'm thinking open marriage might be a free union in one sense. I think it's the right letters. And just because I have nothing else, I think if I had got a few already, I might not have put that in, but we will see if the crossers agree with that. Master's depression, missing daughter. I think it might be a word for master, which could be a verb. And we have to get a word for depression that has a D in it and then take away the D for daughter. Sadness, maybe, and then that would give us sanus. I don't know that word. Old solver meets saint with cardinal. I wonder if it's going to be something to do with cardinal numbers. Um, That's possible because ST for saint could be like the, well, not the first. No, one prison clubs changed peculiar cutlery. Could it be an anagram? Oh no, peculiar is 8 letters on its own, and then cutlery is 7. I was thinking we're going to change our anagram peculiar cutlery. Oh, maybe it's changed peculiar. Anyway, oh, maybe the definition is one prison. Um, I am thinking about wormwood scrubs, just because it has wood in it, which would be a golf club, but I don't know how the rest of it would work. Excuse me. Let me pause and ponder that. No, I can't get it to work, and I'm looking at this long one ending in an O, and this one ending in um, a U, although New German could be Neu, N-E-U, a tiny bit. I think there might be a word for tiny bit, but anyway, no, I think I'm going to clear. Oh, I can just clear that one. There we go. No, this is proving very difficult. I just have one in and I'm not even sure of that. Expression of delight, to get trade, bargain. Is the whole thing an expression of delight? Or no, I think that's going to be wordplay. Something like ooh or ah is going to go around a word for trade and the whole thing will mean bargain. Not money for nothing, money for old rope. Oh, the expression delight maybe could be my. But then trade is going to be funny. No. F for fag. I hope that's in the meaning of. I know it was something in the public schools, like in Tom Brown's School Days. One student who does work for the other, like setting the fire. And then, of course, it is also something for lighting a fire. But yeah, it's a great clue, just so short and to the point. I'm wondering if we break apart, F could be fellow, fine, AG is silver. No. All right, let's go back to the crosses. Associations in genealogies, including king, but not first of emperors. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be a word that comes from genealogy that's to do with some kind of relationship. And you put a K for king inside it, or of course could be an R for king. But maybe drop the first letter, and then maybe the definition is of emperors. So something like imperial, but obviously not that. No. Boxed and now run vigorously. Wow. Boxed and now making a word for run vigorously. Is run vigorously a thing? Sprint, I suppose. Sparred. But maybe run is R, followed by a word for. Now, what's the and now? No. Personal assistance retiring. Husband is Celtic. Well, personal assistant would be PA and retiring would be AP, and then husband H. I think the is probably going to be IS. Now, aphis sounds like aphid, greenfly, but how is that Celtic? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I was wondering if it might be personal assistant as the definition. I'm thinking of a gopher, but that has nothing to do with husband is Celtic. I'd like Irish to work, but I don't see a personal assistant in that. I see IS and H, of course. All right, this is the one which may or may not begin with an M. Well, mother could be ma, mother briefly, ma or mum. Has XPM as teachers. I think maybe it's MA and then the name of some former prime minister, and it's going to make a teacher, a master. No. Send for 8 players found here. Now, is that send for 8 down? Or just send for and then 8 players are found here? I don't know a sport with 8 people on each team. All right, selfishly pollute Galileo's city. Galileo's city has 12 letters. So I think pollute is telling us maybe to anagram Galileo's city, and it's going to mean selfishly, which presumably is going to be an ly word too. Let's try the anagram helper for Galileo's city. Selfishly. Ooh. Egotistically, I think. Let's try. Is that right? Oh, I think it is. So I think. Oh no. Oh, I think. Yeah, I think it's egoistically. Yeah, you can be an egoist or an egotist. I don't know why we have two versions. Maybe I think the one without the extra T is hard to pronounce. So I think the T might have crept in there over time. But at least I got to keep my I for open marriage. All right, the French, I'm thinking le, la, or les, abandoned uncle sent to the gallows in uniform. Wow. Uh, so is the definition going to be uniform? Abandoned uncle might be an anagram of uncle. But then what's sent to the gallows? No. Fit of peak, unseemly. I'm wondering if either fit or unseemly means to anagram peak. Oh, unseemly is saying to anagram it and you get equip. To fit someone out might be to equip them. Where to store Fat and King Edward. All right, King Edward was Edward Rex, although maybe the Latin version of Edward, and fat is lard, and that is where you would store things. Oh, here's our new number 3 intercepting a tiny bit. Oh, maybe tiny bit is the definition. I think it might be New German. I don't know what number 3 is going to be, but that intercepts A, so we put an A inside all of that to get tiny bit. Well, all right. Mini horseshoes for mules. Well, mules are types of shoes, aren't they? But I don't know. Maybe we anagram mini horseshoes. There's nothing to say that it needs to be anagrammed, but it is the right number of letters, I think. Horseshoes is 10 plus mini is 4. No. All right, let's try. Ford for the third time. Nearly upset which. Wow. For the third time. That's such a strange phrase. Nearly upset. Oh, nearly upset might be an anagram of nearly. And it's going to mean a witch, maybe? I'm wondering something like sorceress, which has nothing to do with an anagram of nearly. Is there a word sorcerix? You know, there is that IX ending. What would be Ford for the third? Like, is the third letter of Ford? Or the third member of the Henry Ford family? No. Anger after Greek character shown to be sexy. Well, I'm wondering if we start with a Greek character like mu, and then a word for anger, and it's going to mean to be sexy. I can't think of anything beginning with mu. What are the other Greek letters that begin something u? Can't think of one. All right. Ridge found in 26. Oh dear. Erasable when turned over. So it sounds like we have to find part of 26 across and reverse it. But I don't see it. All right, we've looked at everything once. The con of having those very long ones is there are not as many clues, and if you don't get them, you're really stuck. But now here, oh, this is looking like Republic, so let me put that in, and that might give us a good starting letter. Like, oh, the French begins with a U. Oh, yeah, I didn't notice the uncle has le in it. So if the French abandons it, it's just UNC. Ah, and if it is sent to the gallows, it is hanged. And then that ends up being unchanged. I suppose uniform, like it doesn't have any changes in it. Not exactly sure they're the same thing, but that's all right. Oh, this could be. I'm going to pause and look up the word sorcerix, or maybe it's sorcerer. Yeah, let me see. Well, the only occurrence of sorcerix I was able to find on the web all seem to refer to the same artist, so that seems to be her trademark name. So maybe it is sorcerer, would I suppose be a witch as well as it would be a wizard. But how is Ford for the third time nearly upset? Yeah, I don't. Um, oh, it is that. And I think we've had a similar idea and a clue way back, where if you do something for the second time, it's re whatever that verb is. And if you do it for the third time, it's re. So reading backwards, we almost have re cross. If you ford a river, you cross it. But it's nearly, meaning we're missing the S, and then it's all upset or turned around. That is clever. All right, so now our mini horseshoes for mules. Oh, I'm wondering about carpet slippers. The phrase comes to mind. I think it was those slippers made out of like carpet material, soft material. But how are they mini horseshoes? I'm going to leave it in and we'll see if the letters look like they might be plausible. Our ridge, well, okay, so now we have our, if carpet slippers is right, is there a ridge found there? I don't see a ridge. And then when turned over, yeah, we don't have an A something E or anything like that. Erasable. No. Yeah, I'm just looking at if it could be an erasable backwards starting from the SARE something. So it's found in carpet slippers, erasable, hidden within that, turned around, but no, don't see it. Here was our F for fag. Um, something cup, something top. No. And our anger. I mean, anger is often ire. Could it be a three-letter Greek character and then something ire to be sexy? No. Oh, how about our eight down? Okay, so it's not scrubs, wormwood scrubs. Is there another? We did have a whole crossword on prisons, but I can't remember one that would be something plural with a P there. No. And our expression, oh, it does look like something and something. Expression of delight, maybe? A bargain might be a deal. Wheel and deal, I think. Oh, expression of delight, I think, is whee. And to get trade, land deal. Is that right? But I do think bargaining is wheeling and dealing. Oh, now doesn't look very plausible. MAH? Mahogany? Mahjong? No. Uh, yeah, let me think again about this European country, excuse me. Not getting anything for this republic. I was wondering if it might be, say, French Republic, whereas we would just call it France, but it's just some non-standard name for the country. I did look again at my mother briefly, and I had to go to wordplays.com thinking surely there's no word beginning with that. But there is. There is Maharishi. So it's a different kind of, I was thinking of a school teacher, of course. But mother is Ma. Briefly has is HA. And XPM, how could I forget the last one, Rishi. All right, let's see if that helps me in the Northeast. This I thought was going to be a word for depression. Oh, which could be a depression in the ground. And it's missing its D for daughter. But then is it master as a person or master as a verb? No, doesn't help me. And this was the old solver. Now the solver, the setter is usually I or me, with the solver referring to him or herself. So then solver would be you or ye. Oh, old solver, yeah, it could be an old version. Oh, thou, maybe? Meets saint with cardinal. Yeah, but who is this cardinal? And is meets just a joining word, or do we have to get a charade word for meets? Um, Cardinal, no. And here's our prison. All right, I think I'm going to go to Wikipedia and look up the list of British prisons. Well, I didn't find a good one with a second word that matched that. But then I was thinking, oh, wait a minute, spoons fits. So maybe the definition is cutlery and it's some kind of spoons, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So then this all is all wordplay. One might be I. Prison could be oh stir, not stirring spoons. Oh, maybe the stir goes around there. Clubs changed. Could it be peculiar cutlery, like odd? You know, I think every house has some cutlery that doesn't fit in with the rest. Ah, I'm baffled by that, as I'm baffled by most of today's crossword. Oh dear, yeah, I think it's going to be time to go back to word plays soon. What is that? F for fag. Yeah, maybe F for fellow. Four might be. Oh no, it can't be fellow. Fallen. What else could F fail? Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. All right, but we are almost at the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and check my carpet slippers. It is right, but I have no idea why. Um, so this, I think, is going to mean either ridge or we flip it around and it means erasable. But I know, I think it's going to be a ridge. Yeah, I'm going to head to Wordplays and look this up. Ah, I was on the right ideas when I said found in 26 erasable backwards, but for some reason I was reading that as all the way across carpet slippers and it didn't make any sense. If I just looked at 26 itself, as the clue says, which ends in ET, well, working backwards from the A in erasable, there's this word, I don't think I've ever heard it, arête. I think it must come from French, which can mean a ridge in the ground. Let's just check that one. It is right. All right. Ooh, so if spoons is right, yeah, I mean, it could be a word for a tiny bit that ends in an O. And yeah, maybe it is noi. Oh, yeah, could it be something like a noi, noi neutrino? New German number 3 intercepting. Oh, well, that doesn't have an A in it. But I'm going to try it. It is right. I just don't fully. I mean, TRI, definitely the prefix for 3. Anyway, we will see what they say at 15 squared. So maybe this is going to end in ire. Or it could be maybe anger, fire. But I'm thinking ire. What is shown to be sexy? Oh, and then what is that Greek character if it is IRE at the end? Let me pause and think about that. The Greek letter is nu, and anger is bile, so it's not ire. And nubile, I suppose, would be sexy. Oh, so the I suppose yeah, there's something top, like the top letter F. But what is that? Letter top. Oh no, not letter. What am I talking about? We got an L there. I'm thinking it is going to be double L E T bullet top. Are something. Yeah. I'm lost on this. I'm going to go to word plays. Ah, yes. I've never been a smoker, thank goodness. But I have heard of filter tip, so it wasn't even top. But I suppose it's one of these clues where the answer filter tip defines the letter F, and then it's also a type of a cigarette, a filter tip. All right. Okay, so now send for 8 players found here. I'm thinking it must be something like not a playing field, but some kind of field where sports players sport or something. But then I think the wordplay will be send for 8. 8 is 2 fours. Players found here. No. At least the bottom half is filled in more or less. Although I'm not confident in everything. Oh boy, what a beating today's is. Where do I even go? Well, I suppose let's try. I'm going to pause, think about it, and then I think I'm going to have to go to word plays again for this one. Well, I see one of the possibilities is quarter final, which would definitely have 8 players. But then send for. Yeah, I do not understand that. So this now, I thought it would end in ST, but it doesn't look like it. But I'm wondering if it is a number. Maybe it's just 1,000, a cardinal number. So old solver is thou. I think saint. Yeah, we've seen before. Usually it's ST, but it can also be simply S. And with, I think, is and. All right. Oh, it'd be wonderful to get my naked legendary healer. Let me just look around the outside. We have our carpet slippers. We have our something spoons, which is an interesting ending here. Sorry to get distracted, but what is that going to be? IAL, IALY, IALT. Oh, ICLE. Something. Is it the Runcible spoon in Lewis Carroll? I wonder if that could be it. Oh, I think I'd even said at the beginning about anagramming, and then I think I got distracted by thinking it was a prison. But I think it's an anagram of one prison club's changed. And I think it's this Runcible spoons from Lewis Carroll. Let me pause and look those up. Yes, it is a pseudo word invented by Edward Lear. He used a runcible hat, a runcible cat, a runcible spoon, and people have been using it for a 3-pronged or more spoon, like a spork, I suppose, but that's not what he had in mind. All right. Oh my goodness. Carpet slippers. Yeah, I don't think there's a theme to the outer ones. So now our naked legendary healer. Yeah. I think it must be a legendary healer. And something about the name suggests maybe he is naked. But it's one of these that if you think of the name, you'll get it immediately. And if, like me, you're just completely lost. All right, boxed. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I didn't see this, but now run vigorously must mean to anagram now run. Yeah, it's funny I come back to that and immediately spot 6 letters now run. I still don't know what the answer is, but I think boxed must be the definition. Let's try the anagram helper. I really am, just not at my best. You unroan? No. No, I'm not seeing a good anagram. I mean, unworn. Oh, that's a very, I don't know, lateral definition. If some clothing is still in its box, then it is unworn, or I suppose something that wears down if it hasn't been opened is unworn, but that's very tricky. All right, here's our master. Depression, missing daughter. I presume the D would go after the N, so it would be an NDER word for a depression. And then we remove it and we get master. I don't see it. All right, how about, our fancy muscles. Oh, I'm wondering about the quads. Oh, no. Forget I said that. But something, what are muscles? That's something U, something S. Yeah, I've said before, I really don't know muscles. They show up. Yeah, what is the ending going to be? Even of people who show up. Okay, I'm going to look up common muscles. No, I'm not seeing any good muscle words, so I'm going to just go ahead and reveal this one. Flash guns. Oh, guns, I suppose. You see, I don't know about that. Your guns are your arms, right, if they are muscular, but they're not the muscles themselves, is my understanding. I say this as someone who has never had guns. Um, I don't know about that. But fancy, I can definitely see is flash in slang. So what exactly are flash guns? Are like flare guns? Is that what they are? I'm not exactly sure what flash guns are, but I do object to muscles for guns. Anyway, okay, here's our husband is Celtic. Well, since we have the H at the end, yeah, could it? But just the husband is having an SIH ending doesn't seem right. I'm going to try Irish and we'll just see if that is right. It is right, but I don't understand why, other than Celtic being Irish by and large. Where's the personal? Oh, the personal assistant is Siri. Ah, yes, so husband and Siri. All right, I see it now. Okay, and now our European country. Well, not Czech Republic, but Asian food. No. And then what Chief Detective did is bad. Something evil. No. Oh, we do have a nice F for our naked legendary healer. Yeah, I think I have to get this one. Something foot, barefoot. Yeah, barefoot something or other. That would make the European country begin with a B. Not Baltic Republic. Oh, but maybe Balti is a Indian food, right? Which is Asian. Let me check that one. It is right. I think it's something to do with Balti. Um, the inn, I still think is the pub, but maybe not. And then, oh, cancelled originally is the first letter of cancelled. Mostly welcoming. Oh, I think remains, I think, are relics. I think that's how that one is working. Anyway, again, I'm a little not as consternated, but European country, you're expecting a specific one, but it's one of the three Baltic republics. All right, anyway, so this could be barefoot, which then means what Chief Detective did is bad. Oh, yes, I think, oh, that's now this one I like a lot. Very clever. The Chief Detective ran CID, and if something is bad, it is rancid. All right, I think it must be barefoot. Barefoot. Contessa, barefoot. In the park, barefoot. No. No, I don't get that. Oh, this must be lineages. No, I think it's because we're including the king. Oh, yeah, and I don't know why I misread this, but not first of emperors. So we add the K, but we take away the first letter of emperors, the E. So we go from lineages to linkages to get associations. All right, I just need my master. Oh, yeah, the master might be the owner, and a depression is a downer. Yes. All right, barefoot, barefoot, uh, naked, legendary healer. I have no idea what this is. I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. Barefoot doctor. I don't know what that means. So, yeah, I found this very tough to get into today. So, I'm glad we don't see kite too often. Let me go ahead and check all just to make sure I didn't mess up anything else. Everything else still seems to be there. All right, let's go over to 15 squared and see if I'm the only one who had trouble with this. All right, the blog is by Manehi, and I'm very glad to see found this very tricky. But it's so brief. Usually they'll say a little bit more at the beginning. And it's just found this very tricky. Favorites were, and then thanks to Kite. All right, so it is a term for rural healthcare providers in China. I think naked leg end, but then what do you do with the ARY? If that is correct, because I was thinking, how is barefoot naked? If you're barefoot, you're not naked. I think Manehi is onto something with leg end, but yeah, do not like that one at all. I did get finally Siri, Maharishi. I finally got that one. The top player, oh, S end is the south end. Wow, one of the four compass directions, therefore a quarter. Plus end is final. Wow. That is, I mean, just to be able to decipher that is amazing, let alone to be able to set it. I don't know about that. Neutrino, new plus number with tree. But Hova says trio with n number intercepting. But even that trio, okay, intercepting the n, that's very tricky. A mule can mean a slipper. Mini is a make of car. Plus pet equals horse. In what sense is pet equal to horse? Is that just because some people keep horses as pets? I don't like that. All right, I did finally work out that pub welcomed into relics all after Balti plus the C from cancelled. And flash guns, oh, of course, are used in photography. Yeah, they show up describing the use of flash. And guns, are they the slang for the bicep muscles? I always thought it was just the arms themselves, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is just the biceps or the guns. All right, I found that very, very tricky. Let's just read a few. A good struggle and need the blog for more than a couple of parsings. Lovely to see a well put together. Wow, that was a Wednesday workout. Didn't like one across or 26. Thought they were a bit muddled, yeah. Sorry, just reading about someone thought the answer was speculums, but anyway. All right. Yeah, very, very difficult. Let me know how you got on today, and I'm looking for people to sympathize with me. But if you found it easy, let me know that too, so we can admire your brilliance. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, and have a great day.